That'll be the intro. Us
You're
doing
no,
the
no,
clapping
no,
hand
no, no. You're
things.
doing the intro.
That was the intro. I did 3, 2, 1, go. The podcast is now starting right
Okay,
now.
it started
Come on,
now.
dude.
Hello, guys. Welcome to
Come on.
Aquarium. It's been like 2 months, but we're back.
It's been
We are
one.
going.
You're
No,
fine.
it's been almost 2. We are like a couple days from it being 2 months. Okay, we need
Also,
to get back to consistency.
the custom thumbnail on the last podcast seemed to do really well compared to other episodes. So I guess you're just gonna do that.
Yeah,
now, instead of the same
I'm gonna
thumbnail
try.
over and
I'm
over
gonna try
again.
a little more on my thumbnail game.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
And I'm still expecting Subway Surfer gameplay to be at the corner. I'm
That's
very
true.
ashamed of you.
Yeah. I'd record visuals, but I'm not sure what we'd put on the screen. Unlike last episode, which was the response to the fucking freezer. Sadly, this one it's not the same, you know. It's not the same.
And Freezer ended up being in the intro and outro of my new videos. So there you go. He won. He won.
Hell
He
yeah.
was that cool.
Look, you don't mess with Freezer, okay? And that's besides the point. So, Sam, how have things been in the last month, bro?
Apparently I fell off. My last video is not getting the views I needed it to get to make me happy, but whatever. I guess, yeah, no, I did ask him too. That's how you pronounce his name. The Skiwi video that I made, it was supposed to get like 500,000 views by this point because it was so cool. It was 20 minutes. I was making fun of someone I didn't like, but no one cared. So there you have it.
Damn.
The topic on this podcast though is quite relevant considering the last 2 videos that I made, or the last 3 actually, and that is criticism, whatnot, reading comments that are that critique the video. Some are really good and some are really bad, as I've seen.
Yeah, it makes sense. Hold on.
But as I made the Skiwi video and the Onion video, which are both meme channels, most of the criticism that I got was just revolving around the fact that it's just memes. You should not make a video about it, period. I think that's I think on a surface that's okay. I even acknowledge that too, and I think in both of my videos. But if no one calls them out, then they're gonna keep doing what they're doing. I think Skiwi, because the video didn't do well, I think Skiwi is still gonna make more top 5.
Yeah, I mean,
slop.
I think regardless of the video, you sort of touched on it in the video, but it would have been cool to go into a little more depth on it as a whole. But the entirety of YouTube's existence sort of it tries to pigeonhole you, regardless of what niche, whatever does well the first time. Because of the way having an audience works and because of how the algorithm works, you need to appeal to your own audience before branching out to a bigger demographic.
Yeah, you and I would know because we both used to just make mobile games and whatnot.
Exactly.
And that was good for a time, but I'm probably not going to do that no more because
so say you're in Skiwi's position, you make a meme compilation and it gets 1 billion trillion views. You're gonna make more of those.
Wait
than
a
I
minute.
imagine.
I did. Wait, no. I did the Team Fortress 2 video, and that got 1 million views. It's the entire reason I got monetized, funnily enough. Have I ever mentioned that? The Teletubby video is what I assume most people think was my big first hit. I made it in May of 2021, and it is nearly at 3 million views.
Yeah.
And people would assume oh, that's the video that got you famous. Nope. The first 10 months of it being out, it got 10,000 views in total. It wasn't that video that got me the watch time needed to get revenue. It was the Team Fortress 2 meme video. So anyways, I made that and I got nearly 1 million views, or I think nearly 2 million. I can't remember how much. But I didn't do that. I guess I haven't unlisted now. I made one other TF2 meme video.
That's
and
true.
That was it.
You followed it
that
up.
Was it.
Well, hey, I had a similar story too. It wasn't as successful, but my first technically hit, it got 40K views. Was some shitty
I remember
YTP
this.
edit of
I
the
remember
Quest for
this.
Cheese.
You wanna talk about that old video?
Hold on. There's a bunch of background noise
Wait,
on
is it
mine
still?
right
Is
now.
it?
I think my entire family's arguing or something. It's really funny. I have no idea
Dude,
what's
arguing while the
going on.
podcast is going on. Let's go. Oh,
goes
by the
so
way,
hard.
I make sure to let my family know beforehand that I'm filming podcasts.
Yeah, I should
so
probably do that.
you should probably do that too,
Yeah,
in
I'm
case they
going to-
argue about Robux. Oh, well, there he goes. I will entertain the podcast for a little bit. Hello, everyone. Ian sucks. Subscribe to Sour Nail, please. Thank you. I make so much better videos. Like, he edits better, I guess, whatever. But, like, let's face it. I'm the funnier person. I'm the strongest person. And let's face it, I'm more handsome. Oh, he's back.
Okay,
Mr.
I'm
Ian?
back.
Hello.
Okay. Hopefully the argument is over. I have no idea what's going on.
Do you say, like, stop, please? Stop, please.
I
To
just
the
said shut
podcast.
up.
Damn. That got them quiet, I guess. I lost complete track of what I was talking about. But,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. So, made the TF2 meme video. And I followed up with another one. It did pretty well, too, for my standards at the time. But then I just kept making the stuff that I always wanted to make, right? Like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, and here's the thing. That's like what we talked about this yesterday in a private call. That's kind of what separates people from whether they want to be YouTubers or not. Do they enjoy like doing the stuff they do despite the views, right?
Yeah, if you have just as much fulfillment getting 100 views a video as you do for 100,000, then you know that you're gonna be around long enough that you're eventually gonna stumble into success one way or another.
Yeah, I think we mentioned this in the podcast before one time, but in 2021, even late 2021, when I had 2,000 subscribers, I was getting on average 200 to 300 views per video. Some of my videos would get at most 1,000. That was like the golden thing, and I was completely okay with that. I was completely fine with that. I loved getting like 50 cents from a video and 100 views a video, and despite even after the fact that I made a video that only got 1 million views, that didn't deter me, which is surprising now because, I mean, I guess it's not surprising because I've always wanted to do YouTube and whatnot, but I think like if some people were in my position at the time, they would continue to keep making TF2 meme videos because that's what originally got them popular, so they're going to keep making it. I think people like Onion...
I feel like there's a
Onion and
very
Skiwi.
similar but different alternate universe where you go in the route of the people you criticize in the decay of TF2 SFM.
If I kept making memes after that, because that's what got me popular, I'd probably be at most, best world scenario, 20,000 subs, and my TF2 meme videos would get like 50,000 views per video and whatnot. If I made compilations, like, I did not want that to be my calling. Thankfully, 14-year-old me was very stupid, but he was also wise enough to not do that. So there you have it. And I think people like
it's the same sort of like stupid, but like it's kind of genius. It's the same thing that was when I started weekly uploads in mid 2019 as a I want to say like 12-year-old.
there you have it.
I just started uploading weekly. And then, what a surprise. If you force yourself to do something for long enough, you're going to be forced to get good at it.
Can I say something really quick to all the famous YouTubers watching this that have all their schedules set and all their 1 million views ready to be uploaded and whatnot?
All the famous YouTubers that are definitely watching this podcast. 100%.
I didn't even know an upload schedule existed until like after the TF2 video that I made when I was 14. I think most people are supposed to like realize that some channels upload consistently over a period of time.
I remember starting to upload on a schedule. I think I watched like a YouTube guide, but that guide assumed that you know the basics of making videos already. So when it came with the logic of like, you know, upload consistently with a schedule, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But then what they didn't tell me was to make videos people care to watch. They didn't tell you to make entertaining videos, so I just made videos that were really
just
bad,
made videos,
and I released them, and they were so ass that what I would do is I'd make like 5 to 10 videos in a week, stockpile them up, and release all of them on Sunday, and they were all bad.
On the grinds, Sigma male grind set
they
right
were
now.
each like maybe a minute or two long. A lot of them were like iMovie custom trailers for short films I made.
Dude, even on
obviously
your final
no one's
days,
gonna watch it.
On your final days of using iMovie, you still didn't really know how to use it at all. I think your last video you made on iMovie was December of 2020.
Yeah. It was literally right before as soon as I got a computer, I got out of iMovie as soon as I could.
Yeah.
I think the final send off was the first mobile horror games video, and honestly, good riddance. Like
The
if,
reason
if I stuck with it, I don't doubt that I'd be able to make decent stuff because I know that you can. So
Yay.
clearly you can use iMovie to the fullest, but I am just happy to not.
Dude,
Personally,
I am making stuff out of duct tape and it somehow works. And I am about to even make I'm about to use even more duct tape because I'm about to make like an hour-long video. Hint, hint.
yeah,
like
yeah.
in the future.
No spoilers, no spoilers. We'll keep things
Yeah,
hidden.
yeah.
We'll batten down the hatches.
I let people know in like the Q&A and like New Year's video if they ever watched that, like the 2 people that watched that. But other than that, I don't think anyone is better to know what I'm cooking for the next few months or couple months, I guess.
I think the interesting thing is you can if you watch all the videos I've made shortly after transitioning from iMovie to Vegas, you can see the evolution in the editing. Like in the initial phases, you could see that like by my second or third video using Vegas, it was already more well put together than my videos on iMovie.
And yeah, no.
And
but
then it only
I think
got
I
better
mentioned
from
this.
there.
I think I mentioned this pretty in another podcast. I can't remember, but the reason I'm sticking to iMovie right now is that originally it was just familiarity. Like I just didn't think I was gonna get good.
Also, I forgot to tell you this. But I was in a private call with Dane like a month or two ago, and iMovie or something got brought up, and he told me to recommend if you're ever looking to switch editing softwares but stay on mobile. Because I think that was a big reason you stuck on iMovie for so long, because it's on the iPad with the mobile games. You have everything in one place.
Yeah.
So something he recommended was KindMaster. It's also on iMovie. It's also on iPad, and apparently it's like a step up in a bunch of areas. The only downside is you have to pay, like a VIP, like or you have to pay to remove the watermark, I think.
A subscription or just
I
like
don't
a single pay?
think it's a subscription. I'm not entirely
If it's a
sure. I didn't look
subscription,
into
not
it.
doing it.
Although,
but if it's a single pay, I'll consider.
Yeah, I mean, you should at least check it out without paying for the watermark removal and just see if it's good or not, because that's what he recommended.
I'm testing out like a 1 hour long video, so I might as well just get some stuff out of the way, I guess.
Yeah, you could do like what The Right Opinion does, except instead of hiring like 5 different editors for each section, you're just using 5 different editing softwares.
Oh, we should talk about editors. We should talk about editors so bad.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want one ever, period. I'm not ever getting an editor.
I had like an entire discussion in my new video, How to Clone Mr. Beast, and that video had an entire section where I say, because the whole thing is talking about editing style. It seems like it's talking about Mr. Beast clones, but more importantly, it's just talking about his general style being ripped off, which I think is valid. So obviously that naturally transitions to a more general talk about why that style seems so fake, and the conclusion I made was it was the fact that they're editors making it, and you really don't feel like they're passionate about the project they're working on. When you watch a video, you may not directly realize whether or not passion is put into it, but your brain knows. When you see a video that has like the most generic editing possible, your brain sort of recognizes that it's not a passion project, and you lose a little bit of interest because of that, I feel.
I think you can kind of notice when a video has editors and when a video is homegrown.
Yeah,
I think at least
depends
for me.
on sometimes you'll notice a bit of a disconnect between visual and the audio, and different people interpret what they're given in different ways.
Even if hiring an editor will give me so much like labor freedom, it's just like I risk losing the charm of my editing stuff. I don't think like there was a period where I didn't like certain videos I was making, specifically like late 2022, but nowadays, like, even though I think no one's watching it because 50,000 views on my last video and whatnot instead of 1 million, but to the people that did watch that, I have a very like niche style of editing because no one else edits on iMovie.
I mean, I'm in a similar sort of boat where my videos are getting like 100K each at this point because I'm doing more specific niche content. And the thing I really like about it though is that every video has its own aesthetic. I go for something different with every video, and because of that, you will either like your favorite terror video is probably never going to get a sequel, but you could hope for something similar. Like
Oh, there you have it.
every person has their own tailored video. Every terror favorite video is personalized with its
Yeah.
own editing and its own aesthetic.
And you're about to hit 400K subscribers soon. So there you
That's
have it.
true. Hopefully, I get 400K views a video someday.
Are you
Instead
getting
of-
are you getting a like a celebration thing? Are you gonna like go to
No.
a gas station or whatever?
Go to okay, maybe I'll do that for you.
I remember.
so.
Wait, I remember a story. I remember a story. You told me like you got 100K subs or some kind of subscriber milestone,
I think it was like for 50K.
and you win something.
We just
Yeah,
drove
and you
around.
went somewhere. Yeah, you just drove around. That was it.
Yeah,
What a great
it
party.
was definitely an excuse for me to leave the house. Thanks, Mom. But
Go out and touch grass. 50,000
but
subs
yeah,
now.
but yeah, the whole thing with editors is like, I've said this privately to a bunch of people, but I feel like as a faceless creator, the fact you're doing your own editing is actually imperative to your content, because with a regular traditional YouTuber who just talks in front of a camera and then gets an editor to edit visuals, the personality is already sort of there. The person themselves is there. But when you're a faceless channel, you don't have that. So you may not have a person there, but you can make up for that by having personality oozing from every aspect of your work. Whether that's the choice in background music, the specific examples, visuals, and points, all of those things. As a faceless channel, when I'm making all of those things, I'm doing that as myself. And the editing style becomes a manifestation of how your brain works, and your audience gets to, get a little peek into what you're thinking when you're saying these words.
Yeah. And, having editors, you risk getting rid of that completely because they have a different mindset. I watched the Mr. Beast interview because I was bored, and he told me that, no, don't worry, editors are going to know exactly who you are, basically.
Yeah,
And I think he's, I guess,
they
true,
can
but, like,
for his type of content. The issue is that
Yeah.
Mr. Beast's content isn't personal at all. His content is, I say
It
in the
used to
video,
be.
it's a brand. It's an entire style of editing designed to work as optimally as possible.
you can't, homegrown make it. You have to get,
Yeah,
an entire
Mr. Beast's editing
team
style
over it.
is not a representation of who Jimmy Donaldson is. It's a representation of who Jimmy Beast is.
Dude, quoted in the yearbooks right now. That was sick. That was so Sigma. But also, how much do you know how much editors get paid? I know there's a range.
I imagine
but,
you either pay hourly or they do a rate per video. I think the going rate is probably around like $250 a video.
it's not terrible, I guess.
It
But
depends on the editor and what they're willing to do. It's a similar thing as sponsorships. You only get paid as much as you bargain for.
yeah, but I'm not gonna pay anyone to edit my
No,
stuff.
I mean, the only
interestingly, I went to there would be questions on my Gmail, and they would ask hey, can I edit for your videos? And I was like, is this a scam? Why do you want to He didn't even ask for payment.
yeah,
they're just asking for free
the only
labor.
time
but,
I
no.
would ever ask for an editor would be for impersonal content. If I'm and not main channel stuff especially, but if I were to get an editor, it would be for second channel stuff. If I ever want to do something on there, say I want to make commentary stuff, talking in front of a camera, but faceless somehow, then
Yeah.
I could talk about whatever, preach my truth or whatever, and then send that off to someone to polish it up. And I'm cool with that, because that isn't my, that's not my brain they're fucking with. It's just random footage of a guy talking that is put on an impersonal channel. I think when it comes to myself on my main channel, it's different, because I am just trying to make something slightly genuine. I make this point in the Mr. Beast video, but a YouTuber is never completely genuine. Even on a podcast, even now,
Oh, yeah,
I'd say on podcasts I'm 80% real, but 20% is still the YouTube persona. And
No, I think I'm pretty real.
you can even
hear
make
the
the
tiredness
argument
in my voice.
Yeah,
I'm not.
you
I'm
can
not
even make
trying
the
to put up
argument
a voice.
that depending on the context, you never really are real unless you're completely alone. Like when you talk to your mom, you talk differently than with your friends.
Jesus Christ, we're getting philosophical.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of where my brain goes. That's why my
this is where the podcast goes.
My content lately has been so existential for this reason because
Ian, our viewers just want to watch mobile games.
Look, ever since I graduated high school, I've been thinking. All right, I've become Socrates.
Did we ever mention that? To like, does anyone know your viewers?
I mentioned it in my Patreon shilling video and in Goofy Ripoff movies.
Now it's not secluded. Oh, how many Patreon members do you have now?
I
still 3.
I have 2 actively paying and then 2 others who paid for Discord access.
Oh my! So, do they even talk in your Discord?
Yeah, it's quite frequent.
Okay,
but yeah,
I believe you.
I am, guys. If you want to see the after show, pay for Patreon access.
Oh yeah. There's 30 extra minutes of the podcast where we just goof around.
Every month we'll record it after this.
Yeah. So the 2 people right now have it.
30 minutes about in the last episode.
Did the 2 people wait? Ian.
Yeah.
Did the 2 people ever watch the after show?
I don't know.
We'll
hope that eventually someone goes back. Well, to be fair,
it was really funny.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
We went into a lot of fun
Wait, don't
topics.
tell. No. Don't
just
tell
just to TLDR to not spoil any specific points. It's basically 30 minutes of Sam bullying me for having a Patreon. So if you want to watch that, go pay for $5 and watch the after show.
Yeah. So make sure to pay him monthly. Pay him a fee. Gross.
Yeah, pay me $1 million. I need to be rich.
I wouldn't have a problem with Patreon so much. There's a single pay option, right?
Right? I think there is. I mean, whenever I pay for, because I've paid for a handful of Patreons over the years.
Like who?
H Bomber guy, like a month before he put out his plagiarism video, I was supporting him on Patreon, so my name is actually in the credits of the Patreon.
Oh my God, channel. You're famous! You're so famous.
It's kind of funny because technically speaking, it's gonna be the like peak video my name's ever been attached to, and I'm not even like I didn't even work on it. It's just a random 20 million view 4-hour long video about plagiarism.
I guess since you're in another man's video on the credits, I guess we can talk about collabs too. I think you're gonna plan to do that, but me, I'm just gonna like, as you have tried many times to get me on Twitter, I really don't like. All my videos just kind of like.
I think there's a difference between like collabs and just general networking stuff. Networking, like to be fair, I gotta start by specifying. Networking is a very business-minded term, but when I do it, I'm not thinking business-wise. It's usually in the sense that like. YouTube is a very lonely and isolating job. You're spending like weeks at a time alone in your room editing video, and you're talking to nobody. I learned like a year ago just by talking to Sam frequently that I'm actually I'm an antisocial extrovert. Which means that whenever I show off my projects to people early, I get like a dopamine rush, and it gets me to work more on videos. So I'll constantly go into like the DMs of my homeboys, screen share like 1 minute of video and be like, "It's cool, right?" And they're like, "Yeah," and then I'm like, "Yes!" So then I go and I continue working. I thought I was an introvert for the longest time because I hate talking to people, but no, that's just the way I get my energy.
No, I have always had this philosophy, Ian. It is not if I'm an introvert or an extrovert. It's just who am I introverted to and who am I extroverted to. Because in private calls, we have talked.
There have been times
the whole day. One time
we talked for 8 hours straight.
The
there
whole
have
day,
been times.
10 hours a day. And there are some friends who, bless their soul, they're my friends and whatnot, but I can't talk to them for more than an hour before like. I can't. There's not enough to talk about, right?
Yeah, I think so. So I mean, some
we're
people,
YouTube buddies, so we could just keep talking.
Yeah, it depends. I guess it does depend on your relationship with certain people, because I could definitely imagine some individuals that when I talk to them, I feel like the energy is actively zapping from my soul. Respectfully speaking.
Respectfully speaking, I don't hate them.
It's just kind of weird.
But yeah, I don't really like. I'm probably not gonna do that. Like, you're never gonna see like Turkey Tom or Pyrocynical on one of my videos.
Yeah.
You'll be in my videos, of course.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean,
besides that,
here's the thing. I just love I love talking to fellow YouTubers, And even when they're not actually in the videos, I do I ask certain YouTubers certain things, because something I notice is that when you post a video, you only learn the majority of info on the subject after the video's out. Like, I could spend a full month working on a stupid fucking hour and a half long video about evil Superman, and then as soon as the video releases, people in the comment section will make better points on every point I have because of how many people have seen the video, how many different worldviews. And because of that, what I do is whenever I do a video on a certain topic, I like to reach out to other YouTubers who've done videos on them and then ask them if there's any important info that they've learned since, to see if that can help me. Like, Ellis Mark did a video on nostalgia at some point, and I was actively working on a video about like nostalgia, how people are manipulated pandering. By it. It was pandering to nostalgia. And so I go to Ellis Mark in the DMs. I say, hey, can you call at some point? I want to, I want to do a video on nostalgia, and I know you did a similar topic, so I asked him. It didn't really help much because it was on like a different version of nostalgia. He was talking more about like different nostalgic things while I was talking about how it manipulates people. But there's similar things I do for certain videos. On the Mario Maker documentary, I actually talked to Nathaniel Bandy, and we shared some notes on that.
You also got your own entire soundtrack at the very end of it.
Yeah, and even then, dude, that video had so much extra production and no one cared.
Well, it's because it got copyright claimed. That's why.
It'll be released soon, just another like week or two.
And there you have it. And then it'll get
the Mario views. Doc is. I spent so much money. I don't even think I made the money back on that, because I think I spent like $500 with the original music paired with like 15 original illustrations.
Oh my lord!
Big thank you to Derpy Root for doing those. I paid them good money, and I gave them very little time because I was grind myself.
And there you have it.
I paid them. I paid them like twice as much for them to speedrun it. I felt kind of like an asshole because I know that art takes a really long time, but I also did not have that much time, and it was kind of a last second thing where I was like, you know what makes a great video? Custom art and custom music. So I got both of those. And it took me like 3 days to get in contact because Derpy Root was the person who did the illustrations in Dane's PVZ video. That's why I reached out to them, because they have like a very good, almost Nintendo inspired aesthetic. So I figured it would be great for the Mario Maker documentary. And Dane, God bless his heart, but he was busy with personal stuff. So it took him like a full day to get back to me each time. He could have just told me they're at, and I could have been past it, but it took him like 3 days.
Oh, there you have it.
So I had to rush it, but it was good. It all came together, and that's all matters.
So while I don't plan on ever doing like collabs or cameos in my videos, I do feel quite nice when it's like, let's say like I talk about someone and then they comment back. Like, for example, in the Teletubby video, Zealworks, the man that made Teletubbies, commented even before it blew up. And that was like what I think was like one of my
it's always insanely cool when you do a video and then the person you're talking about comes back to you.
Oh yeah, so when I'm making this hour-long video,
this has happened to me
when I'm making this hour-long video,
times.
I'm going to like I'm gonna like make it, and I'm just gonna hope that the guy sees it, because no spoilers or anything, but the thing I'm talking about, only like 1,000 people know of, or whatever.
Yeah.
It has at most 100k views.
Yeah, no, you can rest easy knowing that the creator of the thing you're talking about is definitely gonna see it, no matter even if the video doesn't do super well, he's gonna see it. He's gonna be one of those people.
Yeah, and he's gonna feel so proud because he's still making.
I'm trying to think what were some like interesting people who've commented on videos related sort of to them. On the shout out video where I talk about people Mr. Beast gave a shout out to and how their careers were messed with for all eternity, Skitsy VA, the guy who plays as Mr. Beast in that one rap meme, the rap battle Mr. Beast, he commented on the video saying it like related to him. Even though I didn't bring him up specifically in the video, like that was cool. In YouTube's Weirdest Kids channel, Fun Video TV shows up in the comments and gave a very in-line comment with his titles. He had like the little smiley face and everything. In the Hopeless Reality of One, I got a comment both from Cheesy HFJ, the creator of the series. He follows me on Twitter now, by the way. And from Carrie Huang, one of the two brothers who started BFDI as a whole, which is sort of like if you made a video about a Minecraft mod and then the mod creator and Notch both comment on your video. That's like the
Oh my god.
equivalent. So it was really cool because I used to watch BFDI when I was a baby. So
Yeah, because
it
you
was
were a little
really
iPad kid.
cool.
You had
that
to get the content.
I got some attention there, and from what I could tell, according to some Object Show people on Twitter, I guess they just don't have very much outside coverage because a lot of people think it's really cringe and kind of just kind of lame because they don't really get it. And I tried to prime my own audience for it, and clearly it had to have worked to some degree because 700,000 people saw it. So that was also very unexpected. I thought Hopeless Reality of 1 was going to bomb miserably.
Wait, I just noticed something. Do you know who Borza is?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, so he's not verified, but this is him. I was checking through verified comments that commented on my videos. It's on the Onion video, and he has 4 million views, or 4 million subscribers. And his skits is like smiling in the dark because he's dark skinned or whatever. And he has bright white teeth, and that's kind of the whole gimmick.
Wait, is he the guy
you
from
know that guy?
meme?
Yes, and I just checked, and he says, "When are you making a video about me?" So there,
dude,
there you have it.
Dude, I've literally, I'm pretty sure I've used that meme in like videos before, like a couple times. That's wild. Bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Let me go to okay. I did 1 million views or 1 million subscribers. I'm gonna go to 100,000 subscribers. But yeah, a lot. Oh, Great Cartoon Pony commented on my TF2 video, who's like a famous Gmod animator back in the day. That's cool. No, a lot of. I'm just scrolling through. A lot of people like that surrounds the subjects that like maybe like are included in some way. Have commented on some stuff like the TF2 video and whatnot. A lot of TF2 creators came out.
Yeah, especially for such a niche video, it's really interesting the amount of people directly tied to it. And it makes sense. It really does tie in the whole thing of like the algorithm will find its audience. And it's like what happened with Evil Superman, where my audience didn't give a shit, but then everyone outside did end up watching it. And that's why it has so many views. Now all I have to do is wonder why the algorithm didn't do that with any of my good videos.
Yeah, that's really confusing because you told me that one of your videos had a specific amount of impressions, and my Q&A video with 30,000 views got almost 1 million impressions. 1 million people saw the Q&A video, and then was it your Mario video that had 600,000 impressions?
No, Mario Maker had like 2.6 million.
Where was the?
I think
what
it
was
was
the video
I think
that
it was
had
the new one. It was Mr. Beast. It had
yeah,
like
the Mr. Beast video.
Like 50K views.
It didn't have that many impressions. I had more impressions on my 30,000 viewed Q&A video that I made in my
you'd
birthday.
Expect something with tags like Mr. Beast, Eric, Matthew Beam, all the mainstream YouTube guys. You'd expect something like that to get recommended to more people, especially because it's even branded like a mainstream commentary video with like the wavy yellow text. I thought for sure it was gonna do really well, but no, it's not doing horribly, but then again, this year's been really hit or miss when it comes to videos and how they perform.
It's been missed for in terms of just raw views for a good month now. Same for me as well. I haven't had a video since the Onion video that has gotten more views than my sub count.
Yeah,
which is no good.
To be fair, the videos I'm doing are very niche, and I think I can say the same thing about the stuff you've been putting out. I feel like a lot of these videos are going to get a lot of views. Like in retrospect, once a year has passed, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those are past 1 million. Like Goofy ripoff movies, it's been slow but steady. It's going to hit 1 million in like a year probably.
Yeah,
just like a lot of couple-year-old videos. Like there's like most of my 1 million view videos didn't grow like that overnight. It took like a good year.
For example, this Evil Superman video.
Yeah, Evil Superman took like at the end of the first day, it only had like 20K. And then at the end of the first week, it had 120K. And then at the end of the first month, it had like 1.2 million. It was crazy how slowly it went, but then once it did hit, it hit hard.
I think that happened to my Lessons from the Unwell video. I think the very first, I can check it right now, the very first like 24 hours of it was literally just 20K. And it's one of my most popular videos right now. Yeah, it had 25,000 views.
I am shocked that Lessons from the Unwell did as well as it did, because like its thumbnail is so different compared to what usually works.
It's pretty good. No, it's pretty good. I'd click it. It's like it's a good, nice color palette. It's just white and mysterious.
It's mostly white. And the thing is that like It's kind of funny because a lot of your most popular videos actually have the exact antithesis of what a thumbnail works for me. Like when you look at the Slendytubbies video and the Mr. Dweller video and SCP Mobile Games and TF2 Characters Say Gaming and even the first Roblox horror games video. The thing I've learned to literally never do over the years is have a lot of gray in your thumbnail. Whether it's like, because when I look at my thumbnails with a lot of gray, we have like the Getting Over It video, which did fucking horribly. We have
it's so bad. That's never hitting 100K views. Sorry,
it'll be there. It'll be there when I'm at 1
and
million
like
subs in like 5 years. It'll be there one
both,
day. When
we'll
it's
both
like
have lives
non-impressive.
or whatever, and like we'll have like a million subscriber empires.
Yeah,
and
then Mediums of
still not
Horror
get
had a very
100,000
gray
views.
thumbnail when it came out, and that one didn't do well either. So yeah, usually gray thumbnails
Well,
just
the issue,
don't work.
the issue is that you had a gray background.
Well, I mean, TF2 Characters Say Gaming and SCP Mobile Games and
I honest to God don't know
all of
how.
those
I
ones have
literally
them.
made that TF2 gaming thumbnail like just in 10 seconds.
Yeah, you could kind of tell, and I think that kind of... I think people clicked on it just for the title and for the topic, because they know what they're getting. They know what they're in for.
Yeah, but I knew the video was gonna get 100,000 views. I just never expected it to be my 4th most popular video.
Yeah,
oh my god!
It's such an interesting variety of videos, and it's something very special with smaller channels because the length is always very varied. You have a 12-second video with almost as many views as a 14-minute video. Then your next most popular is 8, and the next one's 44. Like these timestamps are very, very different from each other.
It was pure genius. I knew this was gonna blow up because back when TF2 gaming memes were popular, we were trying to get the TF2 voice actors to say gaming, and it would happen like once a month, a new voice actor, and every single time they did it, someone would clip him, make like a little meme about it, whatever, Reddit, and like 100,000 views.
Yeah.
So I knew if I made a compilation, instead of you having to go to the single 9 class gaming videos, you could just click one, and it's all there.
Yeah, I think it's... Hold on, Sam. I think it's kind of wild. I'm looking at your most popular videos. It's crazy that Lessons from the Unwell has more views than Lessons from the Villain. Like, that is...
I think it's because I was just older.
Yeah, maybe it's because
I'd rather listen to 15-year-old me than 14-year-old me.
So do you think you're going to do another Lessons video? Because the other two did well. And I feel like
dude, I had plans. I had Lessons from the Mute. I was going to talk about like video game characters like Gordon Freeman or like how silent protagonists in video games.
I feel like all of
versus
those
silent
would be
protagonists
interesting.
in
I think
shows.
Another funny thing is that I could say a similar thing about Evil Superman. It's weird that I've never followed it up, and I've had plans to. I want to do a video about like elemental characters, so like Avatar or like Lego Ninjago, characters that can control elements and what it says about their personalities.
Having that much power.
Yeah, and then when I look at my most popular videos, half of these ideas are completely different from what I usually do. PVZ, like what killed PVZ? Okay, that makes sense. It's a video on a mainstream topic that was already successfully done before me. Then there was YouTube Kids, which is a video I've never done similar. Like I've never made a similar video before or after. Like it has a little bit in common with the Ryan video, but besides that, it's very different. Then there's the PVZ ripoffs. That makes sense. Ripoffs are like a big thing on the channel. Then there's Evil Superman, a video I've never done a sequel to, aside from Mediums of Horror, which it's similar but different.
Yeah. One thing that I did notice was that I actually did it twice. You know how the Lessons from the Unwell and Lessons from the Villain are the only 2 videos of its kind, and it both has 1 million views?
Yeah.
I also did it with the Roblox videos. I only ever made 2 Roblox videos, and they both have 1 million views.
That's very respectable.
And here's something that I noticed interestingly. The most continual series that I ever made was the horror mobile games. I think I made 3 parts and like a Halloween edition.
Yeah.
Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, it actually gets more views in the later episodes, and like most of the time, like episode 1 gets the most views, right? And then part 2
I think
comes
that's
out,
due to the
gets less
quality
views.
increase. The video's better, so
I
more people
guess,
watch it.
but objectively, I rewatched all 3 of them. The first one was kind of funnier, but
I mean,
whatever.
here's
There
the
you have
thing.
it.
I didn't even realize this until I'm checking right now. More Terrible FNAF Ripoffs has more views than FNAF Ripoffs 2.
Yeah, no, sequels tend to get more popular for us for some reason.
Yeah.
There are some exceptions, like the Gary's Mod video and the even more bad mobile horror games. Not mobile horror games, just mobile games in general, like ad games. That's what I called it. But that's cool. The sequels tend to get.
I need to do a follow up to ad games because I remember I stole it. But
you did it all the way back in 2021, right?
no,
right?
I did a video about mobile game ads, and then I did one about ad games the next year. I think it was late 2023. Was it?
Stealing my content as usual. All right.
Late 20. No. I remember the meme with that one. I sent you like a stupid trade Discord meme saying that I could steal ad games and you could steal FNAF ripoffs. And it's funny because, like, that trade definitely... No, you made one. You made still FNAF clones, and it got no views because it was late 2022,
no, it
so
did.
all of your video... It got 330K,
no, it did.
which is okay.
330K is
but
pretty good.
Compare that to
it passes
good
my
mobile
philosophy.
horror games. Compare that to good mobile horror games. Compare that to, it was stuck in the rut of videos.
Nah. Don't worry. Let me cook, okay? It passed the philosophy of my over...
Okay, just compare the trade, though. Like, I got 1 million on my stolen video.
Yeah, oh well. But people wanted to watch the slop, so there you have it.
That's true.
You know, honestly, I was actually going to talk about this earlier. There's this phenomenon that happens all across. I don't want to say the word media, but there you have it. You know, whether it's like... I first saw it in Gary's Mod maps, where the bad maps that were low in quality, were always the most popular. And for some reason, I think it's also prevalent on YouTube. No matter how
I feel like
slop,
it's
no.
It tends to be like a bell curve, right? The bottom.
No matter how much slop there you make, more people I think will watch that. As is the case in my channel, I think a lot of people watched, especially the bad mobile horror games, or like like the bad videos about it, like that they were bad in quality and whatnot. People ate them up, and they weren't really that good. They were average at best and whatnot.
Okay, I just got kind of a devilishly genius idea, Sam. What if you go on all of the video essays, save the thumbnails, and then change all of them to like the generic format that people know your videos as? Do you think they would get more views if they were more in line with the rest of your other videos?
Oh, like my new videos.
Yeah, like what if you hypothetically for 1 month like changed all the thumbnails to the text on one image type of thumbnails?
This is true.
What if you for 1 month you change all of them to like the shitty generic ones? They might get more views, unironically.
That is so true.
Because
like,
they're all different. They're all different, and they're all good. They're great thumbnails, by the way. But no one maybe if you make it more in line for a little bit, it'll trick the piggies into thinking it's more slop.
Oh, it's all out now. We're calling our fans piggies. They found out. All right.
No. Look,
now
there are tiers. There are tiers of piggydom. Okay, there are the absolute alpha Chad legends who watch the good videos. Then there are the people who don't, and those aren't people. Those are piggies.
Those are piggies. They won't eat the slop. You literally made a video called "Slop SCP Mobile Games." It can't get any more slop than that.
And then they didn't even watch it. They didn't even watch the slop video.
They don't even want to watch the slop anymore. Oh no, because it was satirical.
Yeah, maybe it's because it was called slop. It was fake slop. It had quality inside of it. They knew that it was like
it was tofu. Fake slop.
It was tofu instead of slop.
They could smell it. They could smell a slop and realize it wasn't real slop.
It was fake slop. They could smell.
So they ran away.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But I noticed that the good videos that I'm making are not getting as much views as the videos that I made back then.
Yeah, I think it's to be
I
fair,
had 6 days to work on it.
Yeah, I think what it is it's both the ease of consumption, because the aesthetic you're going for in these videos is very alternative. It tends to be a lot more abrasive to a normie audience rather than a more easy to digest video. Like, I think that's why so many people are so comfortable clinging to the Mr. Beast format, because those videos are designed for people to just, easily watch it, maybe half paying attention. A lot of people watch videos without even watching them. They just listen to the audio. And I feel like that is
Brain
a
rot.
big reason why the bad mobile game reviews worked compared to the other stuff. Because, like, when I do like a video essay, the visuals are very important. I need them to visualize my points, and that makes them a lot more difficult to watch. You need to actually commit to watching one, rather than just keeping it in the background, because I talk a little quickly for the video. And I think because of that, it's a little more abrasive, and people have like a harder time watching it. Not to mention it's on a more niche topic, because, like, I feel like even though a lot of people watch his top fives, I don't think a lot of people give a shit about Skewy.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's not true, because I got a lot of comments. Apparently, there are such things as diehard Skiwi fans, that they exist.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I think it's funny how people in the comments section were like, they were trying to defend my critique on, like, these really generic YouTubers, like Mr. Who's the Boss. Like, I showed him for, like, a joke for, like, 1 second, and half the comments that are critiquing the video are complaining that I showed him. It's like, I'm sorry, but he is literally just the tech bro Mr. Beast. He has the same type of video format with not video format, the same editing style with the pop-up text and the swishy transitions and the, like, it's just kind of desperate to keep your attention. And I feel like the editing style, it's designed to keep people watching rather than designed to show your audience something cool. And I feel like that's the thing that separates my style and your style from something like Matthew
Mr.
Beam, who
everything
he does.
About Matthew Beam.
I don't like him.
I don't care. I don't care, bro.
If you look at his oldest videos,
I got beef with Matthew Beam. I got beef.
He's my off. I hate him.
Consider yourself an op if you like Matthew Beam. Someone gotta get him arrested.
Yeah, fuck him.
Arrested for thievery.
Arrested for just this cold, hard plagiarism. If you look at his oldest videos, they almost seem more genuine until you realize that he's just ripping off rice gum.
No, he's just ripping off what was popular at the time.
He always steals what's
but
popular.
no. The thing is that even though he was a ripoff, he accidentally was more human because vlogs had to show you that you were human, right? But Mr. Beast-esque videos are like, you don't need to be human. You just need to, like, build something or whatever.
I am about to build
I'm looking at
the world's biggest Minecraft block. I got all my friends to collect the dirt, to put it in the cube.
Yeah.
And whoever gets the most wins $10,000.
I'm also looking at Matthew Beam comments right now, the top comments, and they are just cancer. No good. They're like fake verified comments that like got like popular off of YouTube Shorts. Like,
yeah, that or like
if you don't come from TikTok, you are allowed.
Yeah, it's like verified people who bought accounts on the black market.
Yeah. Bro, Matthew Beam, you're my
op.
Like,
no videos. If you go to their channel, they have one video that's like, here's who I am. And it's always the same, like, generic, I got popular on Shorts and then deleted them.
The chance of him watching this podcast is slim, but if he's watching, I hate you.
Bro, we gotta send this to Matthew Beam. Be like, Matthew Beam, react to the podcast. We're not even critiquing. We're just bullying.
Okay. No, here's a critique. His About page says new videos every Tuesday, and he last uploaded 3 weeks ago. Someone get him arrested. Lying.
He's lying. He's dishonest. He lies to his audience.
I know for a fact that there are thousands of Mr. Beast clones, but I actually don't know their name. Matthew Beam got lucky. I actually know his name because it sounds ridiculous.
It's because he has such a goober little face. It's like, okay, here's the thing. I didn't get Mr. Beast clones in my recommended. I had to go out of my way to find them. I just wanted to complain about.
I kept getting Matthew Beam.
Yeah, that's true. I got Matthew Beam there. Yeah, like I got a handful of this channel's recommended. I got like Mr. Who's the Boss, TD Bricks, and a couple other ones. But for when it comes to the actual Mr. Beast ripoffs, a lot of these guys do target their stuff towards kids. There was someone who commented on the Mr. Beast video that was saying like, I'm not complaining about Mr. Beast clones. I'm complaining about children's channels. That's not entirely true because Mr. Beast's content is designed for literally everyone. like my mom watches Mr. Beast, and it's normal. My grandparents would probably watch Mr. Beast if they knew how to use the internet. So I feel like it, just deriding it with the term children's content wouldn't be accurate unless you're talking about some of the clones. Like Brent Rivera, he makes shit for kids. Morgs, he made children's videos.
Dude, I remember Morgs. How old is he now? Hang on.
I had a middle school friend who watched him. And then I even in middle school I thought.
But let me see how old Morgs is right now. He has to be.
Yeah,
he's still super young. Yeah, 22.
Like 22.
He's 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so crazy. I remember like he used to like.
Dude, Morgs first got popular.
Literally everyone knew him. Everyone knew him in 2019.
Yeah, Morgs first got popular in like 2016 for Pokemon Go. He would have been like really young.
Let's see what Morgs is doing right now. The people
he did a video pretending to be Andrew Tate.
Oh, there you have it. His profile picture kind of looks like Andrew Tate. It might be the glasses. I don't know. This is like really like fake.
Speaking of that sort of thing, I mentioned a very similar point in the Kids on YouTube video, where have you ever noticed that YouTubers that get popular at a certain age, like as soon as they get popular, they're mentally trapped at that age forever. Like a lot of YouTubers.
Oh, not me.
Don't
I can't be 13.
I
can't be 13. Can't be 13. My most popular video was when I was 13. I can't. Peak
You have to
please.
You have to make
please,
sure to. Well, here's the thing. Some people do choose to grow and evolve, but those people are irrelevant, like you and me. Weird.
Oh well.
We're irrelevant.
The thing is that you're 17, but you look, and act 25. So I don't think you can act like a child.
I'm
no
busy.
What you
I'm
do.
busy talking about fucking philosophy. I graduated high school and immediately got an existential crisis.
I fear that like this is not gonna happen. But there's always a chance that like I'm gonna end up like wishing I was 14 again, making slop every single Sunday.
Yeah,
which is why
low-key
I don't
kind
really,
of terrified of the prospect of peaking in high school. I just need to hope that sometime from now until I die, I make one video that gets more than 3.5 million, and it has to happen. It has to at some point.
I believe you.
I just have to hope that my videos eventually get seen, right? Maybe when the rest of the trilogy for Kids on YouTube, once the sequel and threequel come out on different but similar topics, maybe then people will go back and watch them all.
Yeah, but that's actually like not why. It's just another thing among other reasons.
It's something a lot of people don't think about, because a lot of people don't get popular at 13 years old. And when you do, imagine like I'm gonna sound like a big ego man for a second here, but I genuinely have trouble pointing to creators who got popular when I like at the age I did and for the same content. When you imagine the character archetype of a YouTuber in high school, you think of a gameplay commentator. You think of someone making low effort, shitty
You don't
videos
think of
daily.
me and you.
Yeah, you don't think of the kind of stuff we make. And the stuff we make is very different because we don't have the quantity. We can't make a daily slop video because it's too high effort. There's actual work put into the editing. The difference is in terms of the evergreen content. The idea that even though you can't watch a new video every day, you can only hope that people will go back and watch the old ones. And that's sort of the whole thing that my entire channel has to exist on. The idea that people will eventually go back and watch and then rewatch the old videos, which generally they do, which is good. That's the only reason I can stay afloat in general. So that's great.
But yeah, no, I genuinely think that, to my knowledge, I haven't seen it anywhere else on YouTube. The Teletubbies video is literally one of a kind because you can't see it.
Yeah, I've never seen someone so young making a video of that type.
I think that I've talked about this before in a private call, but the next generation of YouTubers, there's going to be like 10-year-olds making high-quality documentaries. I already
Honestly,
know it.
If I,
at 13, can make that. So, for example, if who's 13 today, it would be people born in 2011.
Damn.
Any day now, they could make one of the greatest documentaries I've ever seen.
Yeah,
just like how I made.
To be fair, it depends on where your inspirations lie. Like, I show my inspiration list in How to Clone Mr. Beast, and that's not even the whole list. I could probably name like 3 times the amount of creators on that list that I've been inspired by over the years. But
Yeah.
the important takeaway is that all of the creators on that list genuinely make some of the best stuff I've seen on this website. And you have to be inspired by the best if you want to make the best. Yeah, like if you want to be on that list for someone else, you have to you have to be inspired by people who make the good stuff. And I'm worried that a lot of up and coming creatives are going to be inspired by, like, they're going to be more numbers driven, and because of that they're going to be more inspired by people on TikTok and YouTube shorts. They're going to be, because I saw a kid who did like a pretty good Minecraft YouTube short. It was like it had some actual research behind it and it was quality. The only issue is that it was a YouTube short, so I don't care.
No. I have not been watching YouTube Shorts, period, and I never will.
Yeah, I
used to back then.
I'm so annoyed at the YouTube mobile UI, because if you look at it, I'm gonna go on right now just to fucking complain. Okay,
Dude,
I'm opening up the
mobile
YouTube app. The first thing I see is 4 YouTube Shorts on the top of my recommended. But then when you scroll down, when you even see the regular videos, they take up so much real estate on the screen. 4 YouTube Shorts are fit in the space that only 2 full videos take up. So you have to scroll for so long to click on a normal video. I genuinely feel like YouTube is trying to kill long form content on mobile on their site. On the app.
Well, yeah, because it makes them more it
doesn't even make them more money. It doesn't give them more watch time.
It's competition.
I don't understand why.
It's competition for TikTok.
It's so annoying.
It's competition for TikTok. That's so stupid, though. I think genuinely YouTube Shorts shouldn't have existed. I think long form content should have been like the strength of, like, even if more people use TikTok, people would always go to YouTube.
Yeah, I mentioned it all the way back in the TikTok video, but it's so weird that people are trying to combat YouTube, or YouTube trying to combat TikTok by literally becoming it. Like, you'd expect them to rest on their laurels. You'd expect them to double down on what they did right, but instead they got an identity crisis and started up like a billion new things. They see Twitter does well, so they make community posts. They see Twitch does well, so they start YouTube gaming. They see TV existing and try to rip it off for $60 a year. Like, why would you try to steal from TV? YouTube is literally popular because television sucks.
Yeah.
Why would they go out of their way to rip it off? It makes no sense.
I recently went to a sleepover and I was like just watching the cable stuff. Like, just to kind of like pass the time. I watched the ads. Dude, people complain about YouTube ads all the time, and good for them, whatever. Like, YouTube ads, especially about mobile game ads, are really bad. But cable ads, does anyone remember that?
Yeah, I feel like no one should have the right to complain about getting a 5-second long skippable ad every 5 minutes in a video. Because
they were so bad.
On TV, it would be like 5 unskippable minute-long ads every 5 minutes. You, like, half the time you spend would be watching advertisements, and they would be full length, no option to skip them, and they would all.
They weren't sketchy, but like it was just like it felt like I was being talked to, like just words were being shoved in my mouth, right?
You can
products.
really see they were getting their bag on that one.
Yeah, like they were just like just buy it now or whatever. And like, of course, there was the famous like side effects include nausea, cancer, birth defects, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's very clear that like it could just be because of my age too, but like obviously people who use cable still are middle-aged, and so it was like ads for like middle-aged people.
I'm happy cable is dying. I'm not super thrilled about the future.
How is it still alive?
Though.
Because how is it still alive, though?
The issue is that there's a bunch of really bad stuff in streaming. Like, for example, all the good shit gets canceled because Netflix sucks. And once Netflix goes down, which Netflix has been, slowly getting less and less money. Netflix has been on the downfall for a while. And I'm worried because, like, Netflix seem to be the only people making, like, good streamable stuff. Besides that, I think like Crunchyroll has anime stuff, but yeah, I'm not really sure where else to get. I mean, I just watched, I just watch TV shows on independently, if you know what I'm saying.
Do you you remember the argument that I made that despite TikTok, being 70 years after the invention of television or whatever, like mainstream television, it's still kind of the same thing.
Yeah, you don't get to choose what you watch on the slightest.
You don't get to choose what you watch, and whatever you do watch, you don't feel anything.
Yeah, I mean,
you just feel good, I guess.
Yeah, there is a bit of a difference because on it's actually very interesting because on TikTok, when you look something up and click on a short, or you click on a TikTok, and then you start scrolling, it's going to be on the same theme as the thing you searched. And it's a very similar thing with television. If you go on like the History Channel, you're going to get shitty history documentaries.
God, they're so bad too. Oh my god, what happened to the History Channel? Jesus.
Yeah, I actually watched a pretty good video on that like a few days ago by Quentin Reviews of all people.
Was how long ago was it?
It came out a while ago, but it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good video.
But I don't ever want to watch TV ever again. And
Yeah.
I'm probably never gonna watch TikTok.
I think that's for the better.
Just today, I was in my classroom doing yearbook and whatnot, journalism, and just instead of the two girls doing journalism, I saw them just dancing in the corner of the classroom. And like,
Yeah.
I also made this case too that like it's really creepy. It's really creepy.
Yeah,
like,
I don't really
high school girls are dancing and whatnot. Boys too, but
like
young people are dancing on the camera and
dancing
like
in front of a camera
on the internet.
Viewers to watch. That is really weird.
It's so creepy. Why is it so popular? Who's watching dance videos? Seriously, millions of people apparently. There you have it. But who's the millions of people? Are they like young people that want to dance too? I don't think so.
Yeah, it does
I don't
seem
know.
particularly bizarre.
It's really weird. I don't think it's. Well, I'm probably gonna shut up because I was about to just say I don't think it's as popular as it was then, but it probably is.
No, I think you're right. The dancing stuff on TikTok has fallen off. That was sort of a byproduct of Musical.ly.
Musical.ly.
And
that was
as
like the
Musical.ly's
first few
culture
years
is
of
still continuing to drown out being on TikTok. It's become its own beast at this point, and the dancing stuff isn't as relevant in the slightest. Like, I remember for my own TikTok video, when I was scrolling through, I only found like a couple videos of people dancing. Besides that, it was shit like Family Guy, Brain Rot, and
it was
like ASMR stuff.
Ian, you would know this. We have a friend who will not be named, but like sometimes we will like watch his feed on TikTok or Instagram or anything else, and it's just so bad. It's terrible. It's just complete brain rot, utter brain rot.
Yeah, it's like absolutely mentally ill. The kind of stuff that you see. Because here's the thing, the TikTok algorithm, the big difference between TikTok and television is that TV programs were designed to be consumed by mass people. It doesn't tailor towards them, and because of that, when you imagine what a SpongeBob fan looks like, you can imagine fucking anyone. From a millennial who grew up with the series, a kid who watches it before school, or a Gen Z person who brings it up in conversation. You can imagine, you can't think of a specific archetype, but when you imagine the kind of person who would be getting Genshin Impact on their TikToks, you immediately know what kind of person it's gonna be. It's gonna be someone fat.
You know who they are.
It's gonna be someone fat, and
you would know. No. You would literally know. You want to tell a story of how you met the Genshin Impact cult or whatever?
Oh my god! Okay, so me and a friend went to a convention in the big city in my province. And we went there, and we were on the showroom floor, which has like a bunch of shops and stuff, and it was cool. And my friend, he was there the day before I showed up. I was only there for one day, but he was there for the whole weekend. So as we were entering, he said, like, a bunch of people were actually dressed up as Venti from Genshin Impact yesterday. And then he turns, and there's a guy who's, it's a dude who isn't exactly light. He's a bit rough around the edges. He's a bit chonky, and points to him and says, "Hey, there's one of them now." With absolutely no self-awareness, dude. That guy is a goober and a half. And then obviously the Venti cosplayer turns around and is like, "Huh? What? You're talking about me?" And he's like, yeah, because you were here yesterday. I was just saying that." And he was like, "Okay." And like I almost thought they were about to brawl down, and it was hilarious. And then the story doesn't end there though, because later that day we were going down to the basement where they were doing a bunch of like panels and stuff. And before there wasn't anything going on, so people would hang out, and I was about to play on the Nintendo Switch, play some Smash Bros with my boys, and we turn, and in like a corner of the room, completely antisocial, was a circle of Genshin Impact cosplayers on their like iPads in a summoning circle, completely antisocial, playing the game and opening loot boxes. They were in the convention not doing anything. They were just playing the video game in a circle in cosplay, and it was hilarious. They were just alone in a corner. Like, you guys realize you're at a convention, right? You could be enjoying the culture. This is the kind of thing that only happens once a year. I live in a small Canadian little baby province, right? We don't have fun convention stuff a lot. So this is like the once in a year where we can actually enjoy like the nerd culture, you know. I needed to help prep myself for VidCon, which I will be going to in a few months.
Do you know how old they would have been?
They were probably around
just
my
kids
age.
dropped off by their mom?
They weren't children. They were probably like teenagers. I'd say like between 14 and 17.
I haven't been to a convention yet, but I'm excited if I ever do to see people like
that.
I
Dude, conventions are awesome because it's like it's such an interesting mentality, because like I mentioned how my friend pointed to the guy and was like, there's one now, like with no self-awareness. But the thing is that when you're at a con, your brain is sort of conditioned to like, you'll pass people in cosplay a lot because, you know, that's one of the things you do at a convention. I actually went as MF Doom to one of them the next year. And people would, you know, point to the guy. They'll recognize the niche rapper that they liked, and they'll go, "Oh my god, it's MF Doom!" And I was like, "Yeah." And then, you know, it's cool because people get to recognize their favorite, you know, niche character, and you know, get some people like ask for pictures, and you could take them. You know, you get to feel like a little celebrity for wearing an outfit, and you know, you pass by people in like I remember Chris from Deltarune was one of them, and I'd take a picture, and someone dressed up as the little guy from Petscop. I thought that was cool. Someone went as like the red guy from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Someone went as Homelander the next year, and I thought that was cool. I got a picture. Yeah, there was so much cool stuff. So what happens is, my friend has this mentality now where at that point he had the convention brain. So every time he would see something that was similar to something he's seen, he'd point to it and sort of yell it out. Like say we were passing like Homelander, he'd point it out and go, "Oh my god, it's Homelander," or like, "It's Omni-Man," or, you know, he'd point to the costume, and they'd be like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yo, can I get a picture?" So the next week we're back at school and we're walking because the school was cool and we got to walk around, and he pointed at the you know, he points out the people, some random rogues. They were out of school and just kind of doing whatever. They were on top of like a little hill, and he just points and goes, "Pillar Man," because he saw 3 people on a mountain, which is a JoJo reference, I guess. And they almost beat him up. They as soon as he yelled that out, because they didn't know what the fuck a Pillar Man was. They didn't. How would they know? These were like southern, like redneck type of characters. They would not be watching the newest episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So they immediately, in response, go as quickly as possible, jump down from the top of the little hill. And then they start slowly catching up. Me and my other friend slowly start walking faster to get out of the situation, and not even recognizing it, tries to catch up with us. And meanwhile, they were actively gaining on him. Eventually, we were in front and they were coming up from behind. We slowed down a little bit, but we were still walking towards the school. Luckily, a third party who was also a friend of ours knew those guys, and he sort of said like, "Hey, can you guys not, you know, don't beat him up. He's just stupid." So, you know, we got off scot-free. But I will say, since then, like for the following month, first of all, for the week after, he wouldn't go on the trail again. But then once he did, like a month later, for like the next, I think until the end of the semester when he graduated, he would always take his glasses off before walking through the trail so they wouldn't recognize him, just in case. He'd go incognito.
Were they still there? They were still there?
I don't think that's not even that's one of that. I think that's the number one story on that trail. There isn't another couple really funny ones. Once there was a different group of people on the top of the hill They were throwing a microwave, presumably taken from the school cafeteria. This was like a mile away on the walk to town. And they were like beating the absolute shit out of that microwave. And it was epic. They let us step on it. It was cool. And then there was another time we went on where two completely different people were like trying to like light a fart from his ass. Just on the trail, just on the side of the trail. He was like, "Yo, what's up, guys?" And one of my friends fucking recognized the guy. It was crazy. Bro, I love public school.
I have no stories like that. No stories at all. What are some stories? Oh, wait. I mean, I have a story kind of like that. Not really. Literally just today, kids you not, I had a funny sighting. Not funny, actually. The guy was dying. He had, I think, someone told me he had epilepsy or whatever. It was out in the hallway. Some guy was having a seizure or whatever. That's kind of the stories I get in my high school. I don't get like people chasing me or whatever. Yeah, it's not funny at all.
Have you ever witnessed any fist fights?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I witnessed one. I know for a fact it happens once every 3 weeks in my school, but I never see them.
I've only ever seen like 3 personally.
Yeah. How many people does your high school have? Mine has like
it's 2 men like wrestling with their shirt off, cuddling on the ground.
No, like, just imagine they start making
cool.
out.
That's cool with me. That's cool with me if you want to do that. But I feel like if you're in the middle of a fight with someone, the last thing you'd expect is for them to get on the ground, like cuddling with their arms around each other very romantically. And that's
that'd be so cute. No. That'd be so cute. Then they say, "I'm sorry, baby." But sorry, baby. No, my fights from the recordings I see are just girls pulling their hair. That's pretty much it. I have not seen a dude fight
I think
in a while.
I witnessed
it's just girls.
One like that. But the other 2 were funny.
Yeah, that'd be so. I've seen a bathroom fight before.
One time me and my friends, like me and like 4 other friends, were walking back, and on the trail, like on the side, I think people were in like a circle. I think that there was a fight going on there too.
But you couldn't.
People were like surrounding them. No, we walked past it. I didn't care at that point. I think that was like the 4th fight I witnessed. So at that point, I was kind of.
Come on, content for your 10 views on Instagram.
That's true. I should have recorded it, bro. It would have been so fire. I could have put it here in the podcast.
Oh well.
But nah, it was funny. And then eventually, I think a car pulled up and they all scurried away like little rats.
Dude, that's something straight out of the 80s. What? Like a cop car?
Yeah.
That sounds so fun.
I think some guy pulled up in the car and they all scurried away like ants when you lift up the tree.
That sounds so fun.
All, like, I
never had
that.
As
as possible. It was, bro. It was these little rapscallions.
Oh, hey, tell you what. I also have a story. I don't take the bus to school. I do sometimes, but sometimes I bike to school. It takes about 20 minutes for me to get there, and I have seen a restaurant fight before. Which is funnily enough. Which, of course, funnily enough, is no. It's just high school students, but in a different location. Literally, like I kid you not.
Like Street Fighter.
It was like one of like the
map.
I don't want to say ghettos because they're not ghettos. They're just like there is no bad part of my town at all. I think they're just pretending to be tough, even though from like a gated suburb. But anyways, like just. I recognize them too. It was like the tough people or whatever, and they were just having a brawl in the Burger King lobby. So, nice. It was funny to look at. So, and then I got my Burger King, and then I went to school. What a great day to start the morning.
Wait, they were fighting in front of the Burger King?
Yeah, no, it was in the Burger King.
And then you got inside. Your food there anyways?
Well, to go. I wasn't going to eat there.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny. I wish I ate there. I wish I just sat and ate watching them fight. That would have been so funny.
That would be kind of insane, but also awesome.
I had to get to school though, so there you have it.
Yeah, I remember. Here's a fun thing. I remember when you released Peppa Pig mobile games, and on that day, at lunch period, I was on my own, so I just walked down to Burger King, got my food, which tastes fire, by the way, because in Canada there are food laws that mean you have to make food that tastes like food and you can't have lead in it.
Actually, no way. No chance.
So we actually Burger King actually tastes like food here, which was pretty epic. And so I ate my Burger King. It was very good. It was delicious, in fact. And I watched Sam's Peppa Pig video just in its entirety while I was there at lunch, and then I waddled my way back.
Dude, I have the best eating breakfast content ever.
It's
Period.
true. 20 minutes of Peppa Pig mobile games with like a little burger and fry. Okay, it went hard.
It is perfect. Yeah, no, I've had comments at least in like the 50s, like 50 comments saying like I'm eating food while watching your video, or like I'm in school, I'm supposed to be doing an exam and I'm watching your Peppa Pig mobile game video or whatever.
Priorities.
Dude, priorities straight. Like if you need to like work on the exam, which is coming up by the way for Americans, like no, watch my videos. Much better.
That's
You will
true.
Gain
If you can
2 billion IQ.
Whoever
Don't study.
Try to find the most insane situation to watch one of our videos. Okay, that would be fire.
Like next thing you know, I'll get like a comment.
Imagine someone's watching this podcast in like the middle of like a war or something.
Yeah. They're gonna be like saying like, oh yeah, I'm watching this during like the effing. I'm watching this in a firefight or whatever. There's fire in the background. And
I'm a firefighter.
Nuclear bomb about to happen.
I'm actually a firefighter. I have to save the people from the burning building, but I'm actually
But
watching
instead
Sam
I'm-
and Terror YT talking about school.
Priorities, bro. All right,
Bro,
don't study.
Those
Okay.
are the top tier priorities. Absolute peak.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just nothing but peak. All right, I think that's gonna be it then. I don't have
Alrighty.
anything else to talk about.
Yeah, hour and
So
15.
there you have it.
Seems good to me. All right.
I did the intro. You do the conclusion. Say bye.
Again. Stay tuned for the after show. Woo! Hopefully, no one was trying to sleep to this.
Bro's trying to
Okay.
get money
Bye.
out of his fans. Whatever. All right, that's it.